Yeah. Okay, welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's Anthony from the Online Business Network, the Online Business app. And I've got a special treat for you today. I've got one of our affiliates, Dean Meckelberg, who's kindly jumped on to have a chat with me about his journey with the Online Business app and affiliate marketing, and how he became, or how he got to be where he is now and be an affiliate. So welcome, Dean.
Thank you.
No problem. And whereabouts are you at the moment?
I'm in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Yeah, and
I'll
you're
delivering.
and you're a truck driver, yeah?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Can you give us a little bit of background about that? How how long you've been doing that and where it takes you and what you get up to?
Oh, I've been driving probably 3.5 years, close to that, and just got into it, get out of a small town, and now I'm touring the country delivering freight. I love being out on the open road, but it's pretty tough go with the fuel prices, and so that's kind of why I was looking for something else to do.
Well, I've seen your videos that you put out, about your travels and the open road and some of the truck stops that you've stopped at and some of the people that you've met. And being over here in Australia, I've never been to America, so it's really good for me to see parts of your country that maybe even some of the locals don't get to see. So keep that up. I really enjoy that. Some of the open road
Yeah.
with you driving along. So I really do enjoy watching those videos. And what I'd like to ask you is, you mentioned that you're looking for something else online. How did you come across the Online Business app and the Online Business Network?
I was actually watching Nick Anderson, who's the one of the co-owners of the Online Business app that we're with. And back then, they changed the name of the YouTube channel to Bull Runners now, but it used to be the Run Guys. But I just started watching that, and then they were talking about a lot of crypto. For a long time, it was Shiba Inu, and I kind of got into that, bought some of that, but then I kind of, when the market kind of went down, I stopped watching them. But I just wasn't watching them every day. But then I started seeing some new stuff come up, and so I looked back into it, and then that's when they started talking about this deal here. And I've been looking for something like this for a long time. And so once I seen it, something just jumped out at me, and it just looked like, this looks a little different than everything else out there. So that's why I went ahead and did that.
And have you been? You did mention crypto. Have you been a bit of a crypto guy and a bit of a online finances sort of guy before the Run Guys?
No, I kind of followed it, but I've never had enough money to really get into it. That's why Shiba Inu was good for me, because anybody in crypto or stocks will tell you you want to get into it as at the lowest price possible. Well, Shiba Inu is that, you can buy, it's like 0.000010. So you can spend $500 and have millions of shares. And so that's kind of why I got into that. But like Bitcoin and that, I've never really messed with that. I guess it really doesn't matter if it goes up, but I just thought, Shiba Inu, the more shares you get, if it ever did go up, you'd make a lot more than if Bitcoin only went up, what, well, like right now it's about 20,000. So if it goes up back up and makes it up to 100,000, that's only 5 times your money.
Hmm.
But if Shiba Inu even gets up to a penny, I have like I have 400,000 shares. And so if it gets up to a penny, I make $4 million.
Hmm.
So when you get into those cryptos, when they're really low like that, if they, if they go up, if you picked a good one, there's a good chance that you can make a whole lot of money. But
It's just sort of
I don't know about crypto, but
just a patience game, yeah, just waiting for it to
yeah.
do what it needs to do, yeah. And do you hold any other cryptos, or Shiba's the main one?
I did get a little XRP. It was tough there because with the big lawsuit, it was tough to find a place that was actually selling it. So you could get a hold of it. Like I used Coinbase and they weren't listing it anymore. So he had to and I forget even how I did it. It's been a while back, but you had to do some gymnastics to get it done. You had to
Hmm.
go, get on a certain platform and then you couldn't buy it directly. So you had to buy, and I forget what that was. You had to buy a different coin and then actually swap it or something like that to even get the XRP.
Okay, so
So
Pancake Swap or something like that through there?
yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't use them, but that was when I was looking into it, that was one of the ones that I, went through, and I found one that was a little bit easier. I just I don't remember what it was, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's good. You got a bit of XRP for the future, or?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll ask you now about, we were talking about the online business app and Nick Anderson and the Run Guys, and what was the catalyst? What was the big thing that happened that made you say, you know what, I'm gonna join the online business app and I'm really gonna have a go at this? Was there one thing, or was it just a combination?
Um, Actually, I just watching the Run Guys and watching Nick Anderson. I could, when you watch YouTube videos and you can kind of get a feel of who's just out there for clicks and who's just out there to make money. When I was watching Nick, it just seemed like he was putting out real information and seemed like a guy you could trust. And so that's why I continued to watch them. And then, like say, when they came out with this the online business app deal, just the fact that I trusted him, and once I looked through it, it just, it was kind of, they basically explained it like it is now, an all-in-one online business. And so you can find that stuff all around, but man, you'd have to go to several YouTube sites and kind of piece stuff together to try to figure everything out. Or we're just a one-stop shop, you know. You get a total online business right here with us.
And how would you describe, what you do get? Like, what sort of value would you put on it?
I don't even know. I mean, I am really surprised at just the how much I paid to get into it and what we're getting back out of it so far. I mean, they just keep surprising us. But I mean, I bought a just a straight up website a long time ago for, it was over $5,000, and then slick talking car salesman sold it to me, and in the process they told me, well, when the website was done, they said, okay, now that the site's done, now you need to do SEO, which is search engine optimization, and advertising. And our cheapest package is going to be around $17,000.
Mhm.
I was like, you told me this was a turnkey deal for the 5,000. Well, we told you in the, when we was explaining it to you. So, I mean, and I'm into this for a lot less than that. So, I mean, just I I haven't priced anything like this out, but I mean, I'd say it's worth. But I don't even know. I'd have to say, $50 to $100,000.
Yeah, well, you'd have to agree that it's worth way more than the price of an NFT, because that's basically all you need to do. Yeah, own one
Yeah,
NFT.
I mean, that's amazing. How you're buying a complete business for, what are they listed for now? $997,
Yeah,
I
so
think.
yeah, 997 for the babes. However, there are
Yeah.
deals. There are deals and specials
Yeah.
from time to time. So there is a free version. We should mention that, but that
Yeah.
doesn't get you the mastermind events. And for the price, like you said, the price of an NFT, which is under 100 US, you're just crazy. It's a no-brainer to be part of those masterminds and all the benefits that come along with that. So I'm with you. I think it's a no-brainer to at least give it a try if you're looking for an online business. It's definitely number one on the list if you do your due diligence and your research. And I guess it's people like us that are trying to help the business spread the word so that people know about it. And it is a new business, yeah. We're not very old.
But for, $100, how, okay, so you're going along. I mean, back in my younger days when I was out going to the bar all the time, I could blow $100 in a weekend at the bar.
Yeah, in a night now, like cost
You're
$15 for a drink.
Yeah. So I mean, you go buy the NFT for $100 and it turns out not to be what you thought it was. Well, you're out $100. You didn't go spend thousands of dollars with someone else, for something that they're promoting and
And
they're
you
telling you it's all this.
and you own the NFT, which is an investment that's probably going to
Yeah.
increase in value anyway. So, very worst case scenario, you get your money back and just put it back on the market and sell it for what you bought it for.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
there's no loss there, that's for sure. And what about the training? Can you for the viewers that are watching this video, tell them about the training and the mastermind events that we have? What's involved in those?
Well, I don't know how much I should say. I mean, that's what we're paying for, is to get that. I wouldn't necessarily call it secret training, but we pay money to get into that training so that, we can speed up the process of our journey. But just like I said earlier, you can piece all this stuff together if you have the time to go through YouTube and all that. But we're just getting everything right here straight from, I mean, our mentors, two of them have made over $100 million in their, either online or in real estate. So business wise, we have the mentors that know what they're doing, that's for sure. And just their leadership style, it's not, here's what we're telling you to do, now go do it. They want input, and like they say, it's I forget what they're calling it. What's that leadership style? I just did a video on it too.
Well, I'm not quite sure where you're going with it, but I will say that the training in the field is very family orientated. The training comes to you from their lounge room or their home office. It's not businessy. It's not corporate sort of feel. Although the information and the training is world class, it still feels very, very close knit, very team orientated, and very community based. That's the feel that I get, and I think that's sort of where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the biggest, I mean, other than just the business side of things, I would say one of the biggest things I like about it is just the family atmosphere of the whole thing. They've created something to where you're not competition with anybody. You're actually, everybody's working together, which turns people into friends and family instead of competition, the way they've got it set up.
Yeah, and then like
And so,
we're across the world from each other, you and I right now, and there's plenty of other people
yeah,
from all parts of the world, and everybody clicks, everybody works together. Doesn't matter
yeah,
time zones, doesn't matter locations, doesn't matter language. Nothing's a barrier. Everybody helps each other, which is what I love about it as well. It's really good.
yeah.
What about challenges? Anything that you'd say has been a bit of a challenge?
For me, it's time. Time is not my friend because I'm just in the driver's seat of this truck for long hours. And when I get done, I don't have a lot of time in between. And I mean, that's my biggest challenge. Um, it was a little bit like I never had a Facebook page before this. So that was a little bit of a challenge, but you kind of spool up pretty quick on that. So I would just say time of, you know,
And you're able to do 95, 99% of what you need to do from your mobile phone? Is that how you operate?
I have a computer,
Okay.
which makes it easier. The phone screen is just so small to, if you're doing this kind of stuff, you do need a computer because when you get into Google Docs and spreadsheets and, you're saving a bunch of that stuff. I don't know how much memory that takes up on your phone, but I, some people probably are pretty good on their phones doing that, but I like to have it on a computer. I'm more used to that doing it.
Yeah, it makes sense that as you get a bit older, the eyes struggle a bit to look at a small screen as well. I find that I have to have a bigger screen and the glasses at the ready. But
Yeah.
that's just part of getting older, isn't it? That everyone's going to face that challenge. What do you plan? What do you see your future with this business? What do you think you can achieve? Where do you think you can go with this business 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now?
Well, I don't know a time frame, but from what I can see right now, I'm guessing I'm going to be doing this for my primary income. I mean, I bet money on that. So it's not a question of, it's the time. It's just however that works out. But I mean, I can see this being my primary income for sure. No, I don't have any doubts about that.
Yeah, that's good conviction. I like to hear that. I haven't spoken to anyone to date that has any doubts, which is a testament to the training. It's a testament to the environment of how we operate. So I love to hear that. Get out of the truck and do a couple of hours at home every day and enjoy a good life. That's sort of the goal for sure.
Yeah.
And what about advice? If someone's watching this video and they're on the fence, they think about joining, but they haven't joined and they're sort of scratching their head, should I, shouldn't I? Is there any advice you'd give them?
I would say just like we talked about earlier. I mean, where else, if you're looking to do something online and make money, where else can you do that for $100? You know, I quit looking after I got into this, but I never seen anything for all-in-one package for $100. So, I mean, and it's and we did touch on that a little bit earlier. You can join for free. You can sign up as an affiliate and, you know, come to our Saturday meeting and, you know, come to 2 or 3 of them if you're not sure on the first one, and just check us out. You know, it doesn't cost anything. So, but like you were saying, you spend that $100, you always have that NFT. And if you don't like it, or you think it's, you know, it doesn't turn out to be what you thought it was, just sell your NFT and you're not out any money. So, I mean, I would jump in, you know, see what's going on just for the $100 or even for free.
Yeah, like what we have people in our community, just for those that are listening, that were on the fence or were thinking of joining it. They now own 100 NFTs. They own 100 of the bulls, and they're close to 100 of the babes, which gets them gets them to another level of training, which you can climb up the levels. But that's just the conviction people have. They're like, no, I'm getting 100 of these bulls and these babes, because I'm not only going to make money from the selling of those, I'm selling those when the price goes up. I'm going to get, you know, some extra training for being committed and owning those 100 and spending that money. So,
yeah,
you know, there's people that have decided they just want to be at the level to get in, and they've bought one. And there's people that own anything in between, but you can do that. That's the luxury.
Yeah. Well, the great thing about it is just one gets you enough to make everything you need to happen. You know, you don't need those. If you have the 100, you might, you know, you might spool it up a little bit faster because they're going to tell you things sooner, because you put in, you know, you're putting in the time and the money to get to the position you are, but it's all eventually going to come out, and you know, the one NFT is going to get you there.
100%.
So
Yeah, 100%. You don't need to own 100. That's
no,
definite. And I certainly don't have 100. I had a bag of bulls, but I've sold them on the open market, and I'm holding a few, and then the babes aren't fully released yet, and I've got a few of those. But everyone's in a different financial position right now, and if you just want to be an affiliate and join for free, you can do that until you got, you know, commitment or get a little bit more comfortable. So the levels up to you.
yeah.
And is there anything that you'd like to say to somebody who's watching that we might not have covered at this point?
Not really. I mean, I think we covered it pretty good there.
Beautiful. Well,
I,
I'd just like to say to anyone who's listening that, you know, you're looking at two guys who come from different parts of the world, have different jobs, do different things, but we've come across the opportunity and we're very excited about it, and we wanted to share that for anyone who's sitting on the fence, like we mentioned, or who's not quite sure, and reassure people that the community is outstanding, the training is world class. What you get for the price is a no-brainer, as we've mentioned before, and you really should test drive this system for the free Saturday events. For even if you need a couple, like Dean said, and then all you can do is come to join the mastermind events by owning one NFT. It's as simple as that. Would you like to add anything to that, Dean?
well, if you want to know if I believe in this company, I can show you.
The bull.
I believe in it.
So there's commitment for you folks. How good's that? And that's the other thing we haven't mentioned. You can make money in so many different ways with this business. All the merchandise that we're wearing, the Bull Runners gear on, the Bull Runners hat. There's clothing. There's not furniture, but homewares, as in bedding and stuff like that. There's shoes. There's a sexy nerds range for the girls. Then you've got your NFTs. Then you've got the run passes. Then there's so many ways that you can make money, and it's only the beginning. There's so much more coming, and that's the excitement that we have. That's why we want to talk about it.
Yeah, and I guess now that you mentioned some of that stuff, I mean, our NFTs are going to be talking. They're going to be walking and talking in the metaverse. So I don't know if there's anything else like that out there. You know, we've heard about the metaverse, but, you know, I don't even know if there's any talking NFTs, and ours are going to be walking and talking in the metaverse. And so, I mean, it's getting pretty exciting. Everything's in the works right now, but it's building up, and it's going to turn into something pretty big.
Yeah, I agree with you. I can't wait to see. There's a lot of pending release things in the very, very near future, where we're all waiting with bated breath for at least the next 1 or 2 live events where there's going to be some releases. There was actually Easter's sort of put a little bit of a hold on things because they wanted us to spend time with families, but after Easter, I think things will take off.
Yes. And they do have a lot of challenges for us, and which, you know, pushes us to do better and get out of our comfort zone. But it also, you know, they have, you know, there's money involved in it too. So the money that they've given back to the members, I've really never seen that either. Usually when you join, especially these online things, they're always asking you for money. You never see any of it come back to you. But these guys are just different. It's amazing what they've given back to us.
Yeah, they're definitely generous, and we can't argue with that. The money that's given away on Saturday events, and just little things like giving people a $5 drink voucher for turning up to events and things like that. So generosity is not a problem for sure.
Yeah.
And genuine care for us and everyone that joins, even as we grow. Like, it's amazing. We must be growing at a rapid rate, but they're still there for us.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anything else you'd like to add, Dean? I think we'll wrap it up there. I really appreciate you jumping on, because you're probably a busy man. I'm in the truck right now, and I really appreciate the time that you've taken to come and have a chat.
Well, I appreciate you asking. I think we did a pretty good job of covering most of it. So
Awesome. Well, we'll end it there, and I'll maybe have you on again, in a few months, and see how far we've come along and what developments have occurred, and share that with the community as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you all. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, like it, and share it with your friends, and we'd love to hear from them. Thank you.